Right, today I'm going to be shortening this rear door so that it fits into the space that we've created with this king cab doorway. What I am conscious of is that I know the last few videos have been really quite wordy, basically just a lot of talking and explaining. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set you up on the side here, and for once we're going to do another time lapse. Okay, I'm quite pleased with how this goes. So you can see in this bottom corner, I'm hoping you can see anyway, so when this is up into the frame, there's about an inch gap at the bottom, which is, I wouldn't want the gap on the bottom any bigger, but it does mean that can build an effective seal on this bottom edge of the door. So now I'm going to take this back across there. We're going to get the new piece of the frame out that I've got. I'll show you the frame pattern parts that you can get. We'll measure it up and make some accurate cuts on this for welding it all together, and then we'll get the welder out and get this welded up. Once this is welded, we can then get that new aluminium door skin that we've got, measure it up onto this door, trim up as need be on the bottom because obviously it's going to be too long for this shortened door frame, and then we can get it reskinned and that'll be this door complete. Once we've got a complete door, it's then going to be a case of basically working out how we're going to build this this seal up around the outside of the bottom of the lip, which I've got a couple of ideas about, but we'll make this first, then we can get this bolted in, get a couple of new hinge holes drilled into this bottom part for this middle hinge, get the hinges bolted up so that we know that this door fits, and we'll probably fit this lock back into this door as well, so that way you can get the lock piece attached in there and then see how it all fits together. Right, so this is one of the pattern pieces that I bought. Now I got these from somebody else who was using them for a project and never ended up using them. Got 3 in total. Now you'll see the profile still got the drains for the bottom, and if you just quickly look down the end, it's got the correct profile because it's not just a simple U-channel as you can see on the originals. The only downside to these are that I've got 3 of this exact same pattern, and what you'll notice is that I've got a very slight gap on the end there and a very slight gap on the end here. These are made for the bottoms of doors, so if I take this off and put this into the door frame, you can see you can go right up to the end there, follow it all the way down, and it reaches. So these are designed to repair the bottom of the doors, like your side doors, your driver's and your passenger side door. But I'm going to make use of them on this. What it does mean is that I'm going to have to notch the ends of these to try and keep some of that lip. It's only the lip that it's really short on, but it just means that rather than it being a straight 45-degree angle, it's going to have to be sort of a 45 and then into a straight up this top bit. So it's no hardship, it just means using a bit of brain power just to work out the correct cuts that need to be made on here. what I've done at the back end. Once I'm done falling over all the tools, is basically I've made this lip for the seal. So you can see you've got the factory lip for the rubber seal just up here, and then you'll see this is the one that I've fabricated all the way down across and then up the other side to meet the factory one. And the reason we've gone for this approach on the bottom, which obviously looks like a bit of a trip hazard as you're going through the cab, but with it having a pickup and a rear swing door, wanted to make sure basically that if any water did get into this external pickup bit, that it wasn't going to track through into the inside of the cab. So obviously if you just have the truck cab back end, you make a solid bulkhead all the way across here, and all this is nice and sealed anyway. So we've just got this in a very miniaturised version. This piece of angle aluminium, it's only probably 2 or 3 inches tall, but the rubber seal, we're going to use the same type of seal that goes on the edges and just run that along the bottom. And it just basically means that because it's watertight all the way into the corners, that it would have to seriously sort of puddle up in this rear cab for it to get over that lip. And then what you can just see just here, I've just drilled a couple of drain holes, one in that corner and one in that corner, so that even if this pickup bit did start filling with water before it gets over that lip, it's going to drain away anyway. So that means that there shouldn't be any water get through this rear door. And this is just my way of doing it. You know, I'll be completely honest, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with this. I'm kind of making it up as I go along. So, you know, if you've got different ideas on how to sort this, you've got a better way, please comment so that everybody can see, you know, what your way of thinking is. This is just what I've done. Okay, so just quickly before I pack up for the night, to show you what I've got done on this rear door. So what I basically did, brand new aluminium skin, basically laid it in, worked out how much too long it was, chopped the ends off until I'd literally left myself a lip to hammer over, which is just the factory way of doing it. Obviously recreated all the little triangles in the bottom, so when you fold it over they're not crimping on top of each other. Obviously this one's properly deglazed, so it was easy to do it properly. What a lot of people will do is just nip this top lip off, because that folds under the window, and obviously if there's still a window in there, some people will just nip that off and fill it with sealant, but this is done properly. So I've hammered over this top lip, hammered over the 2 edge lips. What I did before I even put any sealant on was I marked the original rivet holes for the handle, so they've been all re-riveted in. And then what I did on the bottom was I'd marked out where that was, the fold, scored it all the way along the aluminium with a straight edge and a pick. Reason I did that is because it's just normal soft aluminium, the pick is sharp enough that it'll actually score the aluminium quite deep. Go over it a few times and then you'll get quite a nice clean fold, as you can see all the way along here. It's not lumpy, not bumpy. I then just nipped out 3 drain points. Again, because it's aluminium, you can cut this just with a pair of snips, so I just snipped those out, and then it's just a case of working the lip over. And then what you can see here is, because this is bare aluminium, I've given it a quick scotch off and then just gone over it with some etch primer, just so that I know it's nice and protected. So I'm going to leave this to dry overnight. All the sealant that's in there I'm going to leave to dry overnight. Obviously there's sealant under this between the frame and the skin, so that'll be left to dry, and then tomorrow I can look at getting some bits and bobs painted, hopefully.